Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to this quick video, hopefully, on some movies that came out in 2022 that I watched and enjoyed. Now, there's still plenty that came out in 2022 that I still haven't watched, like Everywhere All at Once. It's on my list, but I don't always get to stuff right away though. But yeah, let's talk about ones that I did watch and enjoy. I won't go back through ones I reviewed, like Avatar, La La Crocodile, which I absolutely recommended. You should go watch that review. I absolutely love the song Top of the World. It's on repeat at the moment for me because I absolutely love it. At the top of the world tonight. Sonic 2, The Bad Guys, Prey, and Halloween Ends, they all came out and I did watch and I enjoyed. You can go watch the reviews on those ones. And an honourable mention to Pauly Shore's Pinocchio, because it's just so hilariously bad, which makes it a fun time.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
I don't recommend watching it, but at the same time, I kinda do. And no, I have not watched the Del Toro version just yet. But yeah, let's just go through a couple of movies I've watched but haven't reviewed, because, well, why not? One of which is Black Phone, a horror movie based on a book by Stephen King's son. So this movie definitely felt Stephen King-ish, and it was a really good movie. It's about a boy that gets kidnapped by a guy played by Ethan Hawke, and is taken down into a basement where there's a phone that allows him to talk to his previous victims, aka talk to ghosts. Is it a scary movie? Not really. I don't think it's meant to be. But there is some good atmosphere, even if a little silly at times, like a sister seeing visions. Though that's just very Stephen King-ish, even though it's his son writing it, which then makes you just go, yeah, he definitely learned how to write thanks to Stephen King. Also, this one kid has the best hair I've ever seen. Like, he is so damn pretty. Why did I make him so pretty? But yeah, it's a good, rounded, creepy movie with a pretty satisfying ending. What makes it fun is the ghosts of the previous victims all teach him how to, like, protect himself. They all had their own ways of trying to escape, and he can use that, or how to fight back. And it makes for some really interesting, good, uplifting scenes while still being, sad and depressing, because it's that kind of movie. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. I won't rate these movies like I normally do, just recommend watching them. And you can make up your own mind, or let me know down in the comments below what you think of these movies. If you have seen whatever ones, let me know. Let me know which one was your favourite. Next up is The Lost City. Now, when seeing the trailers for this movie, I thought, this looks very bad. But then I remembered something. I love Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, Daniel Radcliffe, movies that take place in lost cities and ruins, and I love cheesy romance movies. Honestly, one of my favourites, and the movie that kind of started me watching romance movies was The Lake House, also starring Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. It's a dumb movie, but for some reason I kind of like it. So I might as well just give this one a shot. And I kind of loved it. Like, it does all the basic stuff these movies do, like pulling off leeches and making Channing Tatum a bit more of a wimp than this big man character you kind of think he will play. But that's when he works best. Instead, we got, like, Brad Pitt coming in as the big hero, and it's kind of hilarious. It reminded me of his scene in Deadpool. It was that kind of weird cameo. I loved every scene with him, and what they do to make him disappear from the movie is just hilarious, and it just set the tone for the movie that it's a dumb-ass romance movie. So if you like dumb romance movies, yeah, give it a shot. Next up is Glorious, a movie I briefly mentioned in one of my other reviews. It's a movie starring J.K. Simmons as a bathroom stall glory hole that's actually a god straight out of a Lovecraft horror. Almost the entire movie takes place in a bathroom. The story is basically the god needs something from him to stop the world ending.
I don't think I can.
I believe in you, Wes. I believe you can rise to the occasion.
Yeah, it's dumb. Very, very dumb. But it's also like, yeah, it's Lovecraftian. So if you like Lovecraft stuff, which I ended up watching like a bunch of his movies, or not his movies, he's dead, but like, yeah, people inspired by Lovecraft and like based on his books and all that. I ended up watching quite a few of them, some very, very bad ones, but some good ones too. Yeah, this is up there as one of the good ones. The ending is really, really good. The ending is actually really solid. I love the message there, what they did there. And they throw in some twists in there as well. There's a lot of moments that made me laugh. Like, honestly, what's this movie? It's good. Also has some good gore in it. So if you like some good makeup kind of gore, yeah, definitely take a watch of it. It's funny. It's kind of not gory, but there's definitely some moments that they go, ugh, ah. That's for sure. So yeah, definitely on my recommend list. Next up is Clerks 3. This movie made me cry so much. It's not like I have a big connection to these characters. Hell, I didn't even see the first Clerks movie until after this. But it was a really well-made movie in terms of the emotion of the characters. The plot is the character Randall has a heart attack and now wants to create a film based on his life, which is basically them making the first movie. Really making it like a behind-the-scenes kind of movie, but also adding in their own drama. Both Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson did the best acting I've seen out of them, and it made me really feel for them. I did not expect to like this movie as much as I do, but it just worked so well, and afterwards I ended up watching the original film, making me feel like I watched the movie that they made, which was kinda a unique experience. Like, say what you want about Kevin Smith, like his movies can be very much hit or miss, or just a huge miss, but also huge hits. Like, it is weird like that. But he did a very good job here, and I do recommend it. If you do like Silent Bob and the Clerk movies, I do kind of recommend it. It's also a great send-off of his characters. I also watched the Weird Al movie, and I had an absolute blast. I don't like his music at all. It's just never vibed with me. I've never once been a fan of it. So why would I watch this? Because it's a parody on music biopics, which, let's be real, are all a load of crap in terms of what happens to them, really dramatizing everything. So this movie, being a parody of it, is amazing. Like, it takes it to the extremes and was such a good watch. Because it's just the extremes it goes to. And it has Daniel Radcliffe in it, and you just know he's having a blast playing this character. Honestly, yeah, it was really good. And now for something sad. Spoiler alert. No, that's actually what the movie is called. Spoiler alert. It is based on a real-life, very sad story of a gay couple, and one of them gets cancer. And that's the movie. There's nothing really to it, but it has Jim Parsons of Big Bang Theory fame. So this movie is really calling on his acting chops. And he does a fantastic job. He absolutely sells it. Yes, it's a sad movie. You know that going in. It's literally called Spoiler alert. But it's a great gay romance story that doesn't try to go overboard and tell a fake story. It feels generally real at most of the time. It's not for everyone, but I liked it, and I did get teary-eyed at the end, mostly thanks to Jim Parsons' amazing performance.
Sir, I'm afraid we
He has
just
a
don't...
rectal tumor the size of the Death Star. He needs a bed. We promised a bed.
All the beds are occupied today.
I don't care where you have to go and find one. I don't care if you have to drive to IKEA and buy one. I don't care if you have to go to Jennifer Convertibles. Give my husband a bed!
Seriously, he deserves so much credit for this. I also watched the movie Samaritan starring Sylvester Stallone. This is about a kid who believes his neighbor is a superhero who died years before. Now, I don't like superhero movies at all these days, but I was intrigued in this movie as I had finished watching all the Rambo movies not all that long before, and was kind of just wanting another Sylvester Stallone beating up people movie. And while there are a lot of things in this movie that disappointed me, I generally enjoyed the ride. I just wish I did go full Rambo at the end and added gore. Like, his weapon is a hammer. Like, they could have done so much with that. And I feel like that would have helped elevated this movie, especially at the end when he, like, reveals himself and does, does all the fighting at the end. I feel like it would have helped elevated this movie. It's a very cool fight scene, like, this big kind of ending that they do. It is pretty good, but a little bit more gore would have elevated it. But they play it safe, and that does kind of suck. But I enjoyed the ride. Like, it's very much like a 6-5 movie. Like, it's an average movie, but Sylvester Stallone is good in it, and it is generally enjoyable. It just needed that little bit more oomph to it. The latest Hellraiser movie was a good watch for the most part. They're not wearing their cool leather outfits, but it's definitely better than the last few good movies, so I do recommend it. Orphan First Kill was quite enjoyable. This is a prequel to the first film with the same actress returning after several years, and yeah, it's not a spoiler, it's been out for years, but it's the horror movie where she looks like a little girl, is adopted, but turns out to be a 30 to 40-year-old. So this prequel follows her, and you know who she is, so it's like, what's the point of this movie? But they throw in a twist halfway into the movie that makes it so much fun. I didn't care about the first movie too much, but what they do in the second one elevated it and made it so much more interesting and quite a fun watch. I recommend this for horror lovers. I did end up watching They/Them. Yeah, very stupid title. It stars Kevin Bacon, who is in charge of a gay conversion therapy thing. It's just, oh boy. But here's the thing. The main character in it is non-binary. The actor who played him is non-binary. A main character is trans. The actual actor is trans. A bunch of the characters are gay. A bunch of the actors are gay. So I really have to give it props for being very inclusive. I have to give it props for it. It does have some like interesting moments, like showing conversion therapy doesn't work at all. I absolutely appreciate them adding that little scene into it because yeah, conversion therapy is just messed up. It's a lie. It doesn't work. It's you can't just change you're gay. That's just who you are, you know. Just be who you want to be, as I say, you know. Just be gay. Who cares? It's so messed up, that kind of stuff. And it is, yeah, it does kind of show it doesn't work. All the people you don't like are the ones who pay for it, so yay. And just, yeah, shows just how awful and messed up it is. It's a good film in that sense, that it's trying to show, yeah, how disturbing and messed up it is. Because, yeah, it's still around to this day. So I'm basically just giving it a shout out for that reason. I do wish the kills were better to, you know, make it a decent horror movie, but it's not horror enough that, like, yeah, it's a bit of a weird movie like that. But I'm very much giving it props for being inclusive, for saying fuck you to gay therapy, because, yeah, gay conversion therapy, because, yeah, it is absolutely messed up. It's trying to tell a message. And I absolutely appreciate it for that sense. And I do love Kevin Bacon, and I think he did a pretty good job here at being, like, the nice guy at first, but then, yeah, just turns into a complete dick. It's a decent, rounded movie. I get what it was doing. And last is Mr. Harrington's Phone, a movie that was really shown to be a horror movie, but it really isn't. And that's why I kind of liked it. It's also a Stephen King book, and I love movies from Stephen King's books. I haven't read a Stephen King book ever, but I love every movie of his kind of thing. Everything based on one of his stories and all that. I love watching them. I always seek them out to find them. And whenever I hear new ones coming out, I watch it as soon as I can. But if you go into this movie wanting a horror movie, you're going to be disappointed. But as a weird supernatural movie, I enjoyed the atmosphere and storytelling. It's about a boy who befriends this older man who, like, wants him to read stories to him. He ends up, getting a bunch of money and gives him a phone, and so they could communicate through the phone. But then later the old man dies, and he puts, the phone into his casket, and later he receives messages from him. But, you know, he dead. So there's, this weird ghosty kind of movie, and it's very interesting, but it goes in directions you don't really want it to go, but by the end you understand what this kind of movie is. There's messages in there, and it was different. And that's the key thing to it that made me like it at the end. Yeah, when it ends, you're just like, oh, that was it? There's no twists, no turns, no nothing? Huh. So you're definitely left disappointed, but I still enjoyed it. Do I recommend it? If you're a fan of Stephen King, I do. But yeah, that's just a little video. I don't know how long it was. I hope it's little. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me know if you have seen any of these movies down below and your thoughts on them. Now, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. I got a new Stitch shirt as well.